सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I thought we can start with Chandogya Upanishad this year, but it is one of the lengthiest Upanishads, and I thought if we, per the last year's pace, if we go by that pace, I think it will take up whole year. So I thought maybe let's start with Mundaka Upanishad and continue our journey through smaller Upanishads, and time permitting we'll jump into Chandogya Upanishad and then Bruhadaranyaka. Bruhadaranyaka is the lengthiest, second is Chandogya, and it is said that Chandogya Upanishad is like a summary of the rest of the 9 Upanishads, and summary of all the Upanishads in equations, small sutras, is Bhagavad Gita. When you study Upanishads, you find very much same words, same sentences, many of the times, which you find in Gita as well as in Upanishad. So it is important to know the source of Bhagavad Gita, and source of Upanishad is, of course, Vedas. All the Upanishads are based on a particular Veda, so or an Aranyaka. So Aranyaka is also based on a Veda. A Veda like Rigveda is like an encyclopedia. It contains everything, and out of Rigveda's shlokas or mantras, which are I think more than 10,000. Some of them, actually every mantra has a chand, a meter, so it can be sung. Now, out of all these mantras, which we all can sing, Rishis thought, let's pick certain mantras and weave them together so that the whole suktas can be sung while doing yajna or some other rituals, and they created Samaveda. Now, Samaveda mantras, without doing any yajnas or doing any process, we can sing like any song or bhajana. Then they thought, actually it's Vedavyasa who did all this. So he compiled some of the mantras from Rigveda, interwoven with some special syllables, and created Yajurveda, and that became the steps or methods to do yajna or havan. Now Atharva Veda, many scholars say that it is not part of the original Vedas, it was a later addition. But my thought process is, if we study Atharva Veda, it's like we have different branches of subjects today, like engineering, physics or sciences, medicine, finance, humanities, meaning history, languages. So we study all that. So like that, Atharva Veda comprises of those mantras which affect daily lives. Like if you are ill, if you are sick, what should you do? Pray to God, right? In those times, we are talking about very ancient times, at least 12,000 years. So in those times, they did not have very much developed systems. They might have, we don't know yet, but if you look at Atharva Veda, it seems that those mantras are what they use to find certain remedies or certain effects. So that's how Atharva Veda is written. As simple as if you enter house for the first time, the house that you built, we do Vastu Puja, right? Many of us, we do that. So Atharva Veda is mantras that need to be invoked while entering the house for the first time after it is built. If you have certain illness like fever, then there are mantras which you can chant, and that will help in your that state. So Atharva Veda is written like that. So it is still part of the same the Veda or Vedic Sahitya. So I do not agree that it is not one of the original Vedas. We have 4 Vedas and all have different roles Atharvaveda is part of that. Now, when we read Upanishads, uh, even though a particular Upanishad is based on a particular Veda or Aranyaka, Aranyaka is again some kind of guide or reference from the original Veda. So, even though, let's say, one Upanishad is based on Samaveda, still it contains some of the information from other Vedas as well, or other sources as well. So it's not a very strict boundary, but it interweaves many different things. It's like if you read a story and there is a moral hidden somewhere, it's like that. So a particular Upanishad can have some mantras which even we don't realize while doing reading. So if we read, the smallest is Ishopanishad. Ishopanishad has 18 shlokas. Out of 18 shlokas, last 4 or 5, they are like mantras, but we don't realize while reading Ishopanishad. So such those rishis, they were highly knowledgeable, they were sadhakas, so they kind of weave all these various components into one fine smaller pieces. And usually this information or this knowledge comes via Guru Shishya Parampara. If we don't follow that parampara, we might lose the basic meanings. Meaning today everything is at the fingertips, right? Take the phone, find, tell me where is this particular mantra or this particular hymn or this particular sukta, where is it from? And we read it. But it's just reading information, nothing else. If we want to go beyond information, we have to follow this Guru Shishya Parampara. It's like a piece of puzzles. Those pieces are just scattered around. We take one piece and try to observe it, then we'll miss the point. If we have some context in mind that what we are trying to solve, if we have that goal in mind, then we can describe that piece of puzzle in a different context or in real context, what it is meant for. So likewise, Upanishads, every Upanishad starts with a Shanti mantra, ends with a Shanti mantra. It's like keys to unlock some hidden meanings. Though we study, we read, we try to understand the meaning, but ultimately those sounds, because every sound creates some waves, and those waves affect our brain and body. So those sound waves are stitched together such a way that it's like it becomes a key to unlock hidden meaning behind a particular Upanishad. So we'll go by that. Now, what is Mundaka? Some basic information, let's try to cover that. Mundaka Upanishad is based on Atharva Veda, and that's why I said that Atharva Veda is a real Veda, even if some say that it is not part of the original 3 Rig Vedas and they give many different references, but I believe no, Atharva Veda is also part of original Vedas, and Mundaka Upanishad is based on Atharva Veda, especially Shaunakiya Shakha. So again, this is a lineage. Shunaka was the Rishi. He started this lineage, and all the Rishis part of that lineage are called Shaunaka. So this is part of Shaunakiya Shakha or branch. We know Rishi Sunak, right? Rishi is here, and Rishi Sunak, who was the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. So that last name, even though if we look at the Gotra and all that, might go in different directions, but that last name tells me that he is part of this lineage. So this is again one of the 10 Mukhya Upanishads. There is one Upanishad called Muktika Upanishad that lists all the 108 Upanishads. There are 244 Upanishads. Out of them, 108 are important ones. Out of 108, some say 10, some say 11, 12, or 13. But at least 10 Upanishads are Mukhya, and we all must study those. And Mundaka is one of those. And it is said that it is the most widely translated Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad. Ishopanishad, Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam, we all know, and that has been translated. Many different Upanishads are also translated. Kathopanishad, which we covered last year, it's very famous for that one sentence that Swami Vivekananda popularized, that Uttisthata Praprata Chagya Varanni Budat. So because of that, Kathopanishad became famous. But Mundaka Upanishad is the most translated Upanishad in the world, is what is said. Now it is mainly for sannyasis. Mundaka itself, the meaning itself is Mundan, right? We all know Mundan. Mundan means shaving our head. So Mundaka is for the person who has shaved head, meaning there is no hair on top. It has two different meanings. On physical level, we say that a person without any hair, this is for that person. Second meaning is we all have our perspectives towards every subject, everything in this world. So when we want to study something, we need to take our perspective out, start from scratch, meaning shed our hair and start from scratch. So that's the meaning, and that's why the Mundaka Upanishad is for all of us who put our shoes, our ideas, our beliefs outside and start from scratch. One very famous sentence is part of this Upanishad, Satyameva Jayate. We all know that, Satyameva Jayate. It is the sentence or the Vakya adopted by Bharat Varsha, the Constitution of India, Satyameva Jayate. Satya, truth prevails. Now Satya has two different meanings. Satya means truth, what we observe, what we see, what we hear, what we feel, and then express. That's Satya, truth. But that is referential, that is relevant. Your truth versus my truth can be different. We cannot say there is absolute truth that somebody knows, unless somebody is very enlightened or above or beyond the clutches of Maya. Till then, everybody, whoever claims that I know the truth, they are bound by Maya. They cannot say the absolute truth. It's always going to be referential, relevant, and a person based or very personal truth. Second meaning of Satya is existence. We exist, we all exist. Adi Shankara says, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Brahma is the absolute truth. Brahma only exists. Brahma only prevails. This world is Mithya, false. But that's not our experience. When I say I, that means I am different from you all. I am different from everything around us. That means I feel that I exist. But Adi Shankara says, no, that's false, falsehood. And that's what this Satyameva Jayate is. So Satya is Brahma. Only Brahma is absolute. Only Brahma exists. Only Brahma prevails. And Jayatu, victory to that. You can stop me anytime, right? I mean, don't feel that you cannot stop me because I'll keep going. So one more thing I would say, whatever belief system we come from, whatever our beliefs are, whatever prejudices are, they all are called avidya. We claim that, okay, I have PhD in so and so. Means I have knowledge or information of certain subject. But that is within the realm of avidya. Then what is Vidya? Vidya, what is knowledge? So that Vidya is knowing Brahma. Knowing does not mean I say I know Brahma. Brahma is this, that. No. What I feel, what I experience as Brahma. If I feel Brahma as the only thing that exists, if I can feel that, then yes, I know Brahma. And that is Vidya. As we studied in Kathopanishad, Nachiketa, he got that Brahma Vidya from Yama, Deva of death. So we want to become like Nachiketa. We want to be straight, simple, without any prejudices like Nachiketa. Then only we are worthy of getting Brahma Vidya. And till then, everything else is avidya. Whatever we claim, whatever our head says, how much bigger our head is, it's all avidya. So that avidya, we want to clear that, we want to shed that. So that is Mundaka. So Mundaka Upanishad has that meaning also. Its Shanti mantra is Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyamakshabhir Yajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtavam Stanubhir Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Here we are doing some prayer. So what is that prayer? Om, may we hear the auspicious with our ears. O gods, may we see the auspicious with our eyes. O venerable ones, may we sing your praises with strong limbs and body, and enjoy what has been given to us by the gods. Basically, we use our eyes to see all the worldly activities. But do we want to see God? Do we want to read Brahma Vidya? Do we want to read information that leads us to Brahma? If we do that, then our eyes are worthy. So make my eyes like that. My ears, we hear a lot many things. Well, I don't want to discredit whatever we do. We are part of this world. We are part of the Maya. We are in the clutches of the Maya. But at least we should try to listen the Vedic hymns. We should try to listen devotional or spiritual things. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Vedanam Samavedoham. And in Samaveda, so Sri Krishna says, Samaveda is I am within the Vedas. And within the Samaveda, there is a piece which is called Bruhat Sama. So Samavedana Bruhat Samoham. That's what Sri Krishna says. When you listen to Bruhat Sama, I think it's on YouTube, you'll find that video. Some 21 Brahmanas, they do Samaveda Gana, and especially this Bruhat Sama. I think it's 25-30 minute video. Just sit, closed eyes, and if you listen, you'll feel that you are going in different direction within yourself. So that is the effect of Bruhat Sama. That means we are using our ears to listen to something that takes us or leads us to God. Similarly, our limbs, our body must be strong. All these Gujarati ladies know that they need strong body to do Garba for 3 hours, right? Well, it is one of the sadhana because there is goddess Adya Shakti in the middle, and they do Garba circling around for 3 hours. Well, that's the limit here, but back home it's whole night. So they could do Garba for those many hours. That means they have strong body or their willpower. So if we cannot have strong body, we cannot sit in a posture for a long time. We cannot meditate. Our mind is kind of going everywhere. But if our body, our posture is well built, we can do meditation very well. Otherwise, it's not for those who I mean, many people claim that In when we are young, just enjoy life. When we become old, we'll do all this sadhana and bhajan and whatnot. But once you cross 50 or 60, you cannot do that. It's not possible. Unless you have done that at a young age like Rishi. So if you start young, I don't want to say that we are old, but I'm saying that whenever you start, if you can start early, that makes your body and mind tuned to certain things. So when you reach 50 or 60, by that time you have done enough so that you can continue. Otherwise, if you have done nothing till you became 50 and all of a sudden you start doing spiritual practices, you will not go anywhere. It's better to just listen to bhajan and just sing. Otherwise, no sadhana possible. And that's why Rishi says you have to have strong body, strong limb, and that has to be on the path of Brahma. And enjoy what has been given by God. Whatever you get, if you take care of your ears, eyes, your body, your speech, once these all faculties are on the path to Brahma, then enjoy everything what you can, because everything is God, everything is given by God, then enjoy. Next Shanti mantra. This is also a very famous mantra. Usually when any auspicious event is done, this mantra is always chanted. Swasti na Indro vruddhashravaha, swasti nah pusha vishwavedaha, swasti na starksho arishtanemihi, swasti no bruhaspatir dadhatu. Om. May we be blessed by far famed Indra. May we be blessed by Pushan or Soma or Chandra and the gods of the universe. May we be blessed by Garuda, the destroyer of evil. May we be blessed by the Lord of speech. Now, all these words, they have different meanings as well. When we say Indra, we always think of Indra, a rain god who is in the clouds. But is he the real Indra? No. At many places in Rigveda, it is mentioned that Indra gives power to sun to shine. That means Indra is beyond rain. Indra is beyond clouds. The thunders we see, the lightning we see is just a metaphor. In our body, our mind is Indra because it controls all the senses and it gives or feeds information or power to sun, that is our Atma residing in our heart. Outside the world, Indra is, if we look at little bit science, if we look at the nucleus of every atom, it is packed with protons and neutrons. There is interaction happening between proton and electron. Neutron is neutral, it does not have any electrical charge. So the energy interaction happens between protons and electrons in terms of, if it is in the range of lights, we see laser and all various lights, so that is thunder. So Indra controlling the nucleus and gives power to the atom and ultimately to the world, and that's exactly what the process is happening in the sun as well. The sun ray we receive now, it takes 8 minutes to come from the sun, right? At the speed of light, it takes approximately 8 minutes. But it is said that all the photons of that particular sun ray were created some 10,000 years back. They just keep roaming within the sun, and at particular time they just evolve from the sun. They come out of the sun and become sun ray. So the light you get right now was created 10,000 years back. With which process? It's nucleus process, right? So Indra is the driving force for that energy. So Indra is the king of gods, because king is what? Controls the whole domain, directs all the mantris, all the subordinates. So like that, Indra controls all the gods, air, water, fire, everything. So basically, Indra is that energy, that power that resides in the nucleus of the atom and controls everything. So, who is far famed? Five Vruddhashravaha, whose fame is everywhere, whose work is everywhere. Pusha is somebody who nourishes us. And for our world, for all the humans and all the life on this earth, the source of energy is sun. But sun rays reflected via Chandra, Soma, they represented as prana and rai. So Surya is prana, and the prana creates rai. Rai meaning whenever you read any Rigvedic mantra, they always refer to God, give me Aishwarya, give me Sampada, give me Sampatti. So that Sampatti is Rai, not like worldly wealth, money and gold and all that. So that gold is Rai, which is reflected light of sun. And that has a different effect on all of us, especially the lunatic people. We all know, right, how they behave when there is full moon. So there is an effect of Chandra on all of us. We may or may not experience, that's a different story. But that Rai comes from Chandra, Pusha, that nourishes all of us. We believe it or not, we accept it or not, that happens. If you go out in the full moon versus you go out on no moon, there is a different effect on body. Just sit outside at 12 o'clock night for half an hour outside when it is full moon or no moon, and we'll see the effect. Vishwavedaha. Now Vishwavedaha is knower of the world. So our world is governed by, if we look at our body, our mind is the one that knows everything, that controls all of our actions, even though it is getting inspiration from our Atman, sun. But ultimately the mind that decides everything. So in that sense, Pusha, the nourisher, knows the whole world. And Tarksha is somebody who has enormous speed, like Garuda, who flies high, very high. But even that Garuda flies very high, it can find a rat running around on the ground. It has those powerful eyes. So Garuda is like that. We know Samudra Manthan and Amruta Kumbh and all that story, that Garuda took the Amrut Kalash from gods and ran away, and those Amruta drops fell on earth, and those are the places where Kumbh Mela is conducted. Now we talk about these stories, that they are part of Purana and all these traditions, but Rigveda also has those references. Rigveda talks about Amruta, Kalasha, Garuda, Devas and Asuras. So it does not say, it doesn't have that as a full story, but it's like interwoven everywhere. So in that context, Garuda is that energy from our mind. Let's say I am speaking, so my tongue is controlled via my mind. So that power, that electrical signal goes to my tongue, and it generates some specific sound with using my neck, all the muscles within my neck. So all these signals are carried forward via those sensory tracks, and that's Garuda. Then what is Amruta? Because our mind, when a sadhaka or a yogi, after years of sadhana, every sadhaka feels this, there is some fluid drips from the mind on our Sushumna Nadi, the middle portion, those fluid drops, if instead of going down, if they reach our tongue, it creates very soothing feeling. It is very sweet, like nectar. And once sadhaka reaches that stage, now that sadhaka can control his body, like he or she got amrita and can control all the body activities and can heal himself or herself. So that is amrita. If we look at sun, let's say there is no sun for 10 days, what will happen on earth? We all will become like pale, kind of dried and out of our senses, right? Because source of our energy, source of our life is sun. So sun rays are in a way, those photon particles are kind of carrying nectar or amrita. And it is said that pran comes from sun, but that pran, sun rays are not pran or not the life force, but they are like the envelope. And what is within that envelope is prana or life force, or that is amrita. So if we take life force on our body every day, science says vitamin D and all that, but ultimately vitamin D is just the physical effect of it. But what comes on our body, our mind, eyes, or all the senses is prana. And that's why it is said that you eat food that has more prana. All of us have refrigerators. We are now accustomed to using frozen food. We all know if it is fresh food versus frozen food, even though you heat it, make it warm and eat, there is a difference in taste and texture and everything. So if at the physical level there is a difference, so the science, the today's science does not understand what is beyond the physical aspect of it, and that is prana. The frozen food has the least amount of prana or no prana. So even if we eat that food just to satiate our stomach, just to make it feel good, our acid and all those interactions, to satiate that, but it does not give us energy, the real energy that we want. And that's why eating fresh food has a different effect on body. So it's all amrita in this sense. And arishtanemi, destroyer of evil or destroyer of enemy, but it has a different meaning also. So nemi is circle, right? And that the circle that binds us all, which is time, kala or mahakala, I would say, that is nemi. That nemi which does not have any perimeter is arishtanemi. Time does not have any perimeter, does not have any boundary, it just keeps flowing and it is infinite. So that is mahakala. And in our internal world, who is mahakala is atma. Atma is beyond time and all the four dimensions. So if we invoke that within our body, try to get more inspiration from our atma. Our mind is not colluded with evil thoughts, is what is meant here, so that we can understand Mundaka Upanishad better. And Bruhaspatir Dadatu. Bruhaspati, we know Bruhaspati is guru of gods or Jupiter in our physical world. Now Bruhaspati is something that expands our horizon in mind, which is our buddhi, our intellect. So in that sense, whatever you see outside is what we have within our body. Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde, and that is a Brahma Vakya or Veda Vakya. So whatever is said here in this mantra, it is true in the outside world, it is true for the world within ourselves. So we want to get ourselves ready to understand or unlock the hidden meanings behind this Upanishad. So before reading Mundaka Upanishad, always this Shanti mantra, they are read first, they are chanted first. Yes.
3-4 questions.
Yeah.
So the soma that is
Right.
mentioned here is not the nectar soma. It's the chandra soma.
Is Chandra Soma or Rai,
Yeah.
but which carries Amruta or nectar.
Okay. And so this I think this mantra is used in so many rituals. It's
Yes.
It's like
Very famous,
prevalent
very
in
famous, yes.
many-
It has to be there. Yes.
So I didn't know it actually was coming from here until today, but
Right.
also on the face of it, the meaning is, like you said, we think about like
All-
Amar Chitra Katha Kaumik Indra.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
And,
Yes.
and Brahaspati and
Right.
the gods and all
Right.
that, but the meaning is
Yes.
different.
Yes.
And in the previous shlok, the Shanti mantra that you mentioned, there is
Badram Karne Bhi Shrunuyama. Right.
there is Stirai Rangai.
Right.
What is that?
So your anga, your limbs and body must be sthir, meaning strong.
Okay. So
Steady,
that's what that
sturdy.
was.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Swami Vivekananda said very famously, if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, play football. If you play football, your body and mind will become strong, and then you will be able to understand Bhagavad Gita better, is what is meant. And so all that knowledge comes from such mantras. One more thing, this Swastina Indra, that mantra is in Rigveda. I forget which mandala, but it is the last mantra of Samaveda. So in all of our auspicious activities or festivities, we always invoke this mantra. It is a must. Yes.
And the slight tangent, but
Right.
the Garuda story.
Right.
But that was when the churning of the
Samudra
ocean was,
Manthan,
but
right.
Also, there is a Garuda story where he steals the Amrit from the Nagas.
Right. Yeah.
So that's different story, right? There are 2 times he steals sort of.
Okay. So these are all, when we look at Garuda or Naga, we think of bird and snakes, right? But what is that in our body? So we need to change our context. All of our, see, in our yoga context, every vayu does not mean air. That force or that function which generates push in our body, like there is blood circulation. So blood circulation is controlled via which prana or which vayu, that is vyana, right? So like that, there are many different vayus within our body, and they are called naga. When I breathe in, that is just prana. That prana goes down. So if you look at its trajectory, it's like snake, right? It's thin and long. So its length is more, its width is small. So it is a naga. So likewise, in our body, everywhere there is naga. So all of our senses that are outward, our nagas drag us to the outworld, right? Outer world. Now what we want to do? Go inward. So what do we need? We need the power of Garuda. What is Garuda? Our mind is Indra, and our Atma is Surya or Aditya. And what is the vehicle of Narayan? Garuda. So that power that inspires our mind and pulls all the senses inward, all the nagas inward. It's like getting Amruta from them. I gave you Amruta to function outward. No, I want to pull that Amruta inward because I want to start our inner journey. I want to know the real Amruta. So Garuda is kind of getting all those Amrutas back to what it is meant for, which is the inner journey. So These are all metaphors. Now, how can we explain that with science, right? So science says mind generates electrical signals. Now electrical signals go out, and our eyes can see, our ears can hear, and they collect all this information. Those information collected, again electrical signals go back to mind, and mind processes that. Now there are hundreds and thousands of noises going around us. All are getting to your ears, right? My voice is also reaching to your ears. You are getting that sound also. So all these hundreds of sounds, but your mind processes only one, what I say. All the rest of the sounds, they are there. Your ear is collecting all those, but your mind is not processing. So your mind, your Indra, tells Garuda, okay, only this, not the rest. So this keeps happening every moment. This Samudra Manthan they are talking about. So what is Devas and Rakshasas or Danavas? All the body parts are like Devas. All the body functions are like Devas, which help us, which nourish us, and which puts us into path of our sadhana to go or know Atma Sakshatkar. But Danavas or Rakshasas, they force us outward. They want to get us indulged into outer world. We want to watch movie, go to some beautiful places, enjoy the outside world, outer world. It is also God given. There is nothing wrong. But we also need to do, we need to have inward journey also. If we just do outward, that is not good. We should have some inward journey. Likewise, if somebody does only inward journey, he or she cannot be in the world. Better be a sannyasi or somebody like that, right? Recluse. So there is Samudra Manthan happening every second, every moment. And there is Garuda and Naga battle always, every second. And all these gods and Danavas, they fight. So it is happening every moment. And we need to choose what we want to do. So these mantras like this, because they create certain sound. If we just chant this, keep chanting this, it will create those sound waves over and over, repetitive. So that will help our inner body, our inner devas getting strengthened, so that we can start our inner journey. So
if we summarize this two Shanti mantras, the sense is that we are seeking their blessings for not spending our energy
only outward, right?
To
spend some inward also.
To do the dhyana or to do the
sadhana, I would say, right. Because every Upanishad is a sadhana. Even though we go, we read the words, try to understand those words, but ultimately it's a sadhana. So we are preparing for that. So first Mundaka and very first shloka. Om Brahma Devanam Prathamah Sambhavuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gupta Sa Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtha Matharvaya Jyeshtaputraya Praha. Om Brahma, the first of all divine gods, the creator of the universe, the protector of the world, instructed his eldest son Atharva this Brahma Vidya, which is the foundation of all other knowledge systems. So this is some history. Brahma, we all know, the creator, who sprung from lotus, that sprung from the navel or Nabhi of Vishnu. Now in our modern context, Vishnu Nabhi is the center of our galaxy, right? So our galaxy has center that has black hole, and it's very active or dormant depending upon what time frame we are in. It has started becoming active again. So it's like a Vishnu Nabhi, navel, because black hole in 4 dimension is like a navel. and there is a lot of light around it. So it's like lotus, and which holds our galaxy. It's like Brahma, creator. Brahma used to have 5 faces, and then Shiva, just with the Kanishtika only, he just removed that face, that head. So now Brahma has 4 faces. If you look at galaxy, that's exactly what it is. It used to have 5 arms, but one is broken. So now it has 4 intact arms, our galaxy, Milky Way, 4 intact arms, and one is broken. So that is Brahma for us. So he gave this knowledge to his eldest son. Brahma had, all humans, animals, various Prajapati and all that, they all are from Brahma, they are created. But eldest is Atharva. Now Atharva is the Rishi who, the majority of mantras of Atharva Veda are from Atharva or Atharva lineage. So that Atharva Rishi is the first or eldest son of Brahma, and Brahma gave this knowledge to him. Because this Mundaka Upanishad is part of Atharva Veda, that's why this is the history. Now we can say that Brahma gave it to Atharva, meaning Atharva Rishi in his sadhana and dhyana, he got this knowledge, and he wrote, or he might have given that knowledge to his disciples and his lineage and all that.
How many sons did he have?
What is it?
How many did he have total?
Well, total I don't know, but it is said that all the 14 Manus, the 4 Munis like Asita, Devala, Narada, Vyasa, and Sanakadi, Charkumara, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanata, and all the other Manas Putras, Kashyapa and Marichi and many others. So, well, I don't know the exact number, but this is the thing. Basically, everything comes from Brahma, is what the meaning is.
Atharvan is the first.
Atharvan is the first one. So we can say now for our Yuga system, the Chatur Yuga that we are in, it is the 27th Manvantar, and the first king or first lawmaker is Vaivasvat Manu. So before him there were other Manus. So Atharva Rishi must have come from the first, the Swayambhuva Manu, even before that. So he must have existed before maybe 2-3 million years, because if you look at those time cycles, modern science does not believe that humans existed before 100,000 years, or maybe some apes before million years or so, but we believe, our shastras say, all these stories, this itihasa says that it goes back to many millions years. And if we read those stories, we get some indication, like before our Chatur Yuga, Vaivasvat Manu, before him was Chakshush Manu, and they say that in Puranas this is written that in Vaivasvat Manu Manvantar the humans will have ape-like faces, monkey-like faces, and our science says that we all evolved from monkeys. But in Chakshush Manvantar, the humans were supposed to have a lion or cat family type face. So they came from that lineage. They must have evolved from cat or lion, that family. And where are those humans? We don't know. But my belief is, if we look at the far eastern people, Chinese, Thailand, Vietnam, their facial feature, they look close like cat or that type of things, right? So they might have evolved from there, and we come from the ape family, and we might have intermingled sometime. So if we look at our stories in that light, there is some truth which we don't know. In Chakshush Manvantar, they said that Raivatak Parvat, on the Raivatak Parvat, the nakshatra Rohini fell. Now, what is Rohini nakshatra? I forgot its modern name, but from that Rohini nakshatra, a star fell on Raivataka Parvat in Chakshush Manvantar. Now, there are, if we look at the Yuga time cycle, it matches with the celestial events, which is recorded by modern science, that in Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia region, which is Raivataka area in our Purana time, there was a major meteor activities. I forgot exact time, but that time coincides with Chakshush Manvantara time frame. So it is quite possible that Rohini Nakshatra story, that Nakshatra fell, has some meaning there. So
Yeah, where the comet comes from, that's which nakshatra it comes from.
yes, which Nakshatra it came from, yes. So these are the things. So we'll end here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.